Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. The other day we got our first reveal of MHWilds Ascendance, the new DLC expansion coming to MHWilds. Now, while I covered the announcement video on this channel, hopefully you guys have seen that video, and just sort of my flash initial thoughts. While I was making that video and afterwards, they dropped what I think is actually more substantial news about the DLC, which is a special message from its director, Takuro Hiraoka. Where have I heard that name before? Oh right, if you were to beat Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, he would be one of the first names on the end credits as the lead game designer. If you also beat Iceborne, you'll notice that he is also listed as its lead game designer. He's also went on to do his directorial debut with Exoprimals, but now he is back. This is a core member from the history of Monster Hunter. Like, he's been involved in some of my favorite things to hit the franchise. Now I get it. Some people only care about the food, they don't care about the chefs, but their mark really shows in the products that they work on. So he started in the Monster Hunter team with Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. He's been primarily a member on most of the projects being directed by Ichinose, which are some of my favorite games in the franchise. On Portable 3rd, he was a game designer. On Generations, he was a game designer. And then he got promoted to a huge role, which is in Generations Ultimate, he was the lead game designer. And then in Iceborne, he came back to become the lead game designer for that as well. Then he went off and had his directorial debut with Exoprimals, which could not have been easy because working with new IP and a pretty out there type of concept is not an easy task. But now he's really gone through and sort of explored all these disciplines, and so they're tapping him to be the director of this expansion. Now, in case you guys don't know, when the main game is done, so Tokuda was the main director for Wilds. Once the development for that ends, that director will continue on to do the updates, but from the end of the development, probably before they even, go gold, so to say, they have a separate director and subset team of members, because obviously once a game is debugged and QA'd and already been made and they're just fine-tuning it and fixing it, you don't need all those lead programmers and designers. So what they do is they move on and they sort of form the expansion team. And so it's kind of like going in development at the same time as they're finishing development of the main game. And obviously a lot of those changes and the updates will merge and stuff like that. So I kind of wish that we had sort of a Monster Hunter directed by him, like from a fresh start. But in the same breath, Ichinose, who I love, he's still at Capcom and he's been quiet for many years. So he's probably working on the next major Monster Hunter game. That's my speculation. And if they're going to bring in anybody, honestly, I think this is the best case scenario. And already you can see his mark. I mean, you have to keep in mind, he had a pivotal role in the creation of Generations Ultimate, called in the West. So the whole idea of like that, the new map being up in the sky, like he's really tapping into the stuff that he spent years studying and how to put into gameplay. He also had a really big role, and I've read also a bunch of interviews from him from back with Generations Ultimate, and it's just interesting hearing from a game design standpoint, how he looked at the Hunter arts or even like the styles, like the Valor style or the Adept style and stuff like that. Looking at those and saying, okay, which monsters do we want to bring back? Because now with these new additions, it could create some new opportunities for some fresh gameplay, not just revisiting something. So I like his approach. There was also in the game in which Lao Shanlong was brought back. I erroneously said Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate in my last video because it was early in the morning and I didn't have coffee, but that was Generations Ultimate. So already we're seeing all of this guy's touches already hitting this game, which is super exciting. And this gets me actually really excited for the new boost system, where you have sort of like that a small period of time in which you are powered up and you can do really fast and powerful combos and new moves and stuff. It reminds me a lot of the Valor style, which he was very heavily involved in. Seeing stuff that looks like a combination of the hunting arts and the hunting styles coming back is sweet. I don't know how they're going to work it in with the focus mode, whether it's just going to be focus mode will just be there as sort of an option if you want it, but it's really going to revolve around activating these bursts. I don't know. But everything I'm seeing here is very much in the vein of what this guy is good at. which makes me to think this is going to be a really good action-focused expansion for Wilds, which is exactly what we need. I think the story and everything, it is what it is. I don't think a director of the expansion has any real choice in that kind of stuff. But when it comes to how they approach the game, I think he's going to leave a good mark. Now, just musing here for a little bit, but they also did announce after the Summer Game Fest reveal of the DLC that they're working on a port to the Nintendo Switch 2, which is exciting. Exciting one, because there's people who have not been able to play Wilds, maybe for the better, because I think Wilds had a very rough start. I think from a technical standpoint, a lot of consoles and PCs and configs were struggling with the game. But I really think in the last few updates, they did find their footing. And I think having such an incentive such as the Switch 2, which is pretty much the only viable console here in Japan, I think it adds in a lot more, how would you say, incentive for them to find new ways to optimize it even better. Oh, I do invite you to go and try Wilds if you have it and you tried it and you were facing a lot of issues. It has been largely resolved for a lot of people, with especially, again, the last update or two. They've done some really good changes, so hopefully the game runs better for you now, and hopefully with the upcoming release of it on Switch 2, the PC and other versions hopefully as well, we'll see some improvements. Anyways, I'm excited for Ascendance. I'm mostly where my head is right now is thinking about the next Monster Hunter, like the next Ichinose title, like the next portable series. Like, that's just the type that I really like. I'm not a huge fan of where they went with the story, but it is what it is, and I just want some good hunting action. So if anyone's going to give it to us, it's this director. So I say stand behind him, look forward, be optimistic, give feedback on what you like, because obviously Capcom are listening. The community managers do a really great job of conveying everybody's feelings to the team back in Japan. And yeah, let's try to be optimistic here, unlike everybody else on Twitter and all the other sites on the internet. And because it's not enough to make a video on, so I may as well add in my thoughts here, but I did mention something about a high rank expansion for Monster Hunter Stories 3. Maybe that was kind of a misleading way of putting it, but they are going to be adding in, which has traditionally been high rank, which is going to be the Royal Monsters coming into Monster Hunter Stories 3. So this promises to bring us a whole new level of difficulty, a new endgame loop, and hopefully a new secret boss or something, because usually the story games are pretty good at having post-game content, and Stories 3 unfortunately is lacking in that department right now. But I do have faith that the update is going to be cool, and I'm looking forward to jumping back into the game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed just hearing my ramblings about this. I was really surprised when they announced it. I wish I would have known it before I did my video, but this is all great news. Anyways, hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're looking forward to the new expansion, and until next time, happy hunting.